Yes, people, I'm back. Josh Hart, JJ's Boxing. How are we all doing? Hope everyone's good. Hope everyone had a good weekend. Hope you all enjoyed the boxing that we saw Friday and Saturday. And if you watched Mayweather last night, even Sunday. Um, Before we get into it, I might have to rearrange the room a little bit. I'm going to keep this side because the posters and stuff are fire, but this side's starting to get a little bit scruffy, especially towards the top. So I might have to do a little bit of playing about. Possibly switch the side at the desk around and have it that side where you're like facing this way. But I'm not going to face that way now because it's a bit scruffy over there as well. But we're going to clean it all. I'm gonna get around to that. I'm just here to talk about boxing again. Yeah, it's Monday. Uh, Not really any massive fights this week. You got Boxer at York Hall. And you got Levi Giles on Saturday night, but that's not even getting streamed until the 14th of July on Fight Zone. Now, I would love to be there in Grimsby on Saturday night. I really would. I don't think I will, because I've got work. I forgot to put the day off work, so I don't think I'm going to be there, which I'm gutted about. But I'm going to drop Levi a text, see if I can get him on the channel just before fight night. Try and get him on Wednesday possibly. Yeah. As for last week was a good week. We had Sonny Edwards. We had Taylor versus TEO. Obviously, we had Mayweather, which was just looked. I'm not gonna sit and say I watched everything. The only bit I've seen is probably the only clip that you lot have seen as well, which was the scrap when Gotti, whatever his name was, got stopped. Um, that was the only bit I think everyone's really saw, unless you actually stayed up to watch it or you were in the fucking building. Um, but yeah, that's what I really got to say for that. Moving on. Let's talk about York Hall on Friday night. I was at York Hall. I was there. I hope you all enjoyed the content. I think I was actually the first person to drop the news about Denzel Bentley versus Janabek 2. Um, I might have been the first person to get that out because I literally recorded it on my phone. They got it straight out on my phone because I'm just that guy. I'm that guy. Um, but yeah, York Hall was actually sick. Like BT, fair play to the Queensbury. It's not really BT anymore. That was their last show's BT Sport. But Queensbury, fair play. Their press setup's like really nice. Obviously, they're the first fight night I've done. I've never done a fight night for like. Well, I'm not even on Boxers mailing list for a start. Um, but yeah, BT's was really good. Like people just walk in to get your interviews. So I started off with Tommy Fletcher, then Denzel Bentley, Royston Barney Smith, Ezra Taylor, and I got Liam Davies and Jason Cunningham. Not bad work. Not shabby work, is it? Um, no shows for a while now, I don't think. We've got Sheffield July 1st, Telford on July 29th, then August 19th, Matchroom Next Gen. I'll definitely be doing Next Gen in Birmingham, whether it's at the Utility Arena or it's at Resorts World. I'll be doing that because Midlands boxing is fantastic. I'm saying that with bias because I'm from the Midlands. Okay, I don't care. Shoot me. Do what you want. Midlands boxing is fantastic. Just 'cause it's nearby, it's local. I like it when it's nearby. I don't like traveling all the way to Manchester. I like it when it's at home. Even though Birmingham's not home, even though Sheffield's not home, it's close to home. It's nearby. And fingers crossed we see Lee Wood versus Warrington in September at the City Ground. I think if that happens, I think Lee Wood will retire that night. I think he'll forget the two fights that he said. I think if he gets the City Ground next and has to vacate the belt as well after beating Warrington or after the fight with Warrington in general, we don't know how it's going to play out. But if he has to vacate, I think he will retire in the ring. I think he'll regardless win or lose, he will retire at the City Ground. I don't see, or personally, I wouldn't want him to fight at the City Ground and have that magical night you have to go back to the arena because once he gets that night at the City Ground, nothing else will do. The arena will no longer satisfy him, I don't think. And I don't think the arena would satisfy many of us. So I think if he gets that City Ground fight this September, done. Call it a day there. He could win in the best way, he could lose in the worst way. In the best way, he could lose in the worst way. Keep that night as your final night. The City Ground is where you've wanted to be your entire career. Your whole career you've built up in your mind saying you want to fight at the City Ground. Leave it there because that's the dream. And I don't think you'll be able to go any higher. If you fight and win at the City Ground, you're on cloud nine, you're never going to be able to have a better night than that, no matter what you do. Never. 'Cause it's got that personal meaning. I would say Lee would rather fight the City Ground than go undisputed, to be honest. but I feel like I'm stupid saying that, so I probably am stupid saying that. Um, but yeah, boxing, Midlands, keep it here. Please bring more of it. I like it a lot. BT needs to get more towards the Midlands as well. I know they go to Telford a lot, but they need to start looking at going to like Belprom. I remember when they were fucking linked to have Zach Parker against Demetrius Andrade before it ended up being Parker Ryder. There was a little rumor floating around that that could have been in Nottingham. That would have been brilliant. Imagine if they BT get just bring boxing to Nottingham. Bring it here. You know, bring us a good night of boxing though. So I remember when they matchroom put on boxing in Nottingham. I was meant to be Woodlar that night, but ended up having to be Hughes versus Galahad. Don't get me wrong, really good night. I had a great time. I was there. I can say I had a great time. But the arena was empty. It was empty. It was just a bit dull, bit dead. Not a lot of life. It was quite sad. Really. It was a bit sad, really. Um, but yeah, back to the talking point of York Hall. I'm going to look up the card on BoxRec, and I'll give you my thoughts because I did watch. I think I watched most of the fights. I'll go through the fights that I watched and the ones that I didn't watch. But I'm fairly sure I caught a bit of all of them. Hold on. What? Why am I? What's going on? Uh, I'm gonna have to go a long way about it. Where's David Adley on BoxRec? There. So yeah, we started off the night with Ben Fail. Ben Fail was really good. I literally I was sat here and the ring was here. I was ringside. And literally the corner he got dropped was right in front of me. Yeah, he was just he got him out there really quick, didn't he? Then after that, we had Joshua Frankham. Um Frankham was good. Um, it was seemed a bit of a frustrating one from him, really. He kept getting done for that elbow. It just seemed really frustrating for him. But either way, regardless, he still got a clean point win. It was like 59-54, so basically 60-54. He's won every round. Then kicking off, we had Tommy Fletcher. Tommy Fletcher was fantastic. He was fantastic. Um, yeah, he was brilliant. Interviewed him afterwards, he was buzzing. Fair play. They went off to Wembley next day for Johnny Fisher. Um, then we had, was it? It was Henry Turner versus Tom Farrell after that. Now I missed that entire fight until the sixth round or the fifth round. I got back just at the end of the round where they stopped the fight, but I heard it was a decent fight. I heard it was a good little scrap. And Henry Turner got the win. I don't know where he went. Didn't see anyone interview him. Um, but yeah, he looked solid. He did look solid. Then after that, we had Royston Barney Smith. Um, he seemed a little bit gutted that he went to points and didn't get the knockout. But regardless, it was a really good learning fight for him. It was a very, very good learning fight for the boys again. Ben Davis and Barry Smith are on a good roll at the moment, aren't they, with their fighters? Lee Wood, Royston Barney Smith. Who's next? Just anyone. Then we saw Carl Fail. Again, dust his opponent, got him out there quick. Um, got him out there, what, 3 rounds? Solid. Solid. Then we saw the man from Nottingham, my boy, Ezra Taylor. Ezra was really good. As he went to points, he would have liked the knockout. I'm sure he would have liked the knockout. But regardless, it was a really good performance. It was a really, really nice performance. Very solid. Messed the guy's eye up, got the job done, got solid points for him, got a good interview with him afterwards. While I was interviewing him, you also had Jason Cunningham and Liam Davies going back and forth, and that's why I'm so excited for Telford. Seeing that back and forth, I cannot wait for that night. So I'll be their fan or press pass. If I'm not getting a press pass, I might just go as a fan because fucking hell, those two. It's not personal, but there's a bit of tension between them. It's getting tasty. Um, but yeah, then we saw Mark Chamberlain completely missed the whole fight, missed the entire fight. 'Cause one, he got it done in a round, and two, I was upstairs interviewing someone. Um, but yeah, then didn't even see where Mark Chamberlain went. Because everyone then went to watch Adelaide, and Adelaide just stopped him and made him quit pretty much. Um, it was a good. Everyone's saying it was a bad performance, so I thought it was a really good performance. I said it was a boring fight. I thought it was a good fight. I thought Adelaide was doing well. I thought he was landing good shots. I really enjoyed it. Then again, it's different when you're in the building, isn't it? You got the atmosphere, the crowd, and the crowd are fucking fantastic. But yeah, that was your call. I enjoyed it a lot. I enjoyed York Hall a lot, and I would love to go back to York Hall, and I will go back to York Hall. Um, then Saturday we saw Sonny Edwards versus Andres Campos. Now I did miss a bit of this card because I can't lie, I was a bit dead after York Hall, and I kind of woke up then went out to see a couple mates. Um, so yeah, because I got home from York Hall at 6 o'clock Saturday morning because on the way home on the coach, I got a coach back at the same night and it crashed. Well, not crashed. The back wheel flew off on the M1 and we had to wait for an hour for a new coach to come pick us up. Poor from Megabus. However, their prices are phenomenal. Not sponsored. Um, so yeah, kicking off the card with matching we had Muhammad Ali. I heard he was just solid. I heard yeah, he's just good performance, very well, very good learning fight, and he'll be out on the next gen show in August. Then we had Shannon Ryan. I heard she was very good. I heard a lot of good things about her on Twitter afterwards. I heard she was really good, looked fantastic. I'll have to catch up on all of this. Then I caught the George Ladard fight. Um, George clipped his guy. First of all, George dropped. Oh, George dropped his guy 3 times. Apologies for that. Hay fever season. It's killing me. Um, George dropped his guy 3 times and just got him. I think the last one was just a beautiful little clip on the chin. Dropped him. Perfect. Then to end before the bell, we had Yusuf Kamari versus Reece Biladi. And Reece Biladi pulled off the upset, to be fair. Um, and yeah, got the stoppage. Not got the stoppage, got a point win, didn't he? So yeah, Reece Biladi is now next in line for the British title at Super Feather. Fair play. Fair play. Um, Kicking off the main card, we had Nina Hughes versus Katie Healy. Uh, just a bit of a wipe, wasn't it, really? Just a 100 to 90 done. See you later, pal. Bye. Easy. Not a lot to say. Then my boy Chev Clark. C4 Chev Clark. What a performance, man. Oh, this guy, Chev Clark's so good. I'm saying that Chev Clark is fantastic. Fantastic. And I've still got the poster. Um, yeah, yeah. My plan was I was going to go to Wembley on Thursday, or wherever it was, the press conference, and just go at least to cover the presser. But I had to go to college, because my work wasn't great, and I had to go fix up my work a little bit. I thought my work was good, but apparently it wasn't. I'm not a teacher, so I'm going to do what the teacher tells me. I thought the work was phenomenal though. Either way, still got the poster. Still going to wait for Chev to sign it. I'm going to wait for Chev to sign it. And yeah. I'm just going to wait for Chev. Next time I see him, if he gets another fight in Nottingham, get him on the City Ground card in September, preferably. Actually, that's not going to happen because he's now mandatory for the British title. And I don't know I don't know what's going on there because you got Loire versus Chamberlain in August, supposedly August 5th at the Wembley Arena. So, fuck knows what's going on there. Moving on. We then saw uh Shaneka Johnson versus Ali Scottney. Apologies if I said Johnson's name wrong, but Ali Scottney did the business, world champion, good performance. From here onwards, I did catch these fights. Oh, pardon me. Because by this point, I'd got home. I was tucking into my KFC. Yeah, she was fantastic. She looked really good. Just, just better than Johnson at everything, wasn't she? Enough said. Then we saw Johnny Fisher. Um, I feel like he was a bit disappointed himself with the opponent. I feel like he wanted a bit more. I mean, I feel like he said it. He said he wanted a bit more to work on what they've been practicing. And then they brought in a southpaw so we could get that southpaw practice. And Emilio Salas didn't bring that. He didn't bring that. He didn't bring that grit. He didn't bring that power. He didn't bring that fight. He just kind of gave up. Unlucky. Came to game. Then we saw Sonny Edwards in the main event. Yeah, just all the rounds Sonny Edwards won, he won clearly. The rounds that Andres Campos won, Sonny Edwards kind of took his foot off the gas because, yeah, Sonny Edwards was just a bit. He wasn't really not motivated, but he wasn't really up for it. He was motivated for the fight, but wasn't up for it. It wasn't a fight where you can probably dig your teeth into. Like I said, not many people had heard of Andres Campos when the fight got made. Obviously, it wasn't even meant to be him headlining, but originally meant to be the Josh Warrington fight night, wasn't it? But that's the game. That is the game. Then we had Taylor versus TEO. Kind of watched it, kind of didn't. I was a bit in and out of sleep. Um, from what I've seen, Teofimo Lopez looks brilliant and looks really good, and Josh Taylor just a bit of an off night from what he's saying. Will we see a rematch? I doubt it. Josh Taylor was saying it to Tiafimo, and Tiafimo just did not look phased at all. Didn't look like he cared at all, and that's that. Yeah. Now I'm gonna do the usual part of the video, scroll through Twitter and see what pops up. Um, okay. Well, Fred Beck's just tweeted, Misfits Double 08 announcement's been cancelled again. Um, what else have we seen? What else happened over the weekend? I feel like York Hall obviously Friday was meant to be Adam Azim, but he's pulled out with a severe hand infection. Get well soon. That's all you can really say. It's a bit unlucky. So I think Fraser Clark's going ahead as their main event now, which is a bit weird. It's only an 8 rounder. They can't really put. I don't know if McKenna's fight's a 10 rounder still. Um, Obviously Isaac Chamberlain, Vidal Riley, all the fights are 8 rounders from what it seems. Um, so yeah, I think that's about it really. Yeah, that's about it. If you've enjoyed, like, subscribe, comment with 1 subscriber or 400. Come on, people. Just send it to one person. Every single person watch it, just send it to one person. Say subscribe, please. Come on, do your thing. But yeah, still looking for sponsorship as well. Come on now, people. Come on. If you know anyone that's running a small business that needs some backing or promoting, hit me up. I'll do that job. I'm that guy. But yeah, anyway, that's it. Like, subscribe, comment. Adios, people. Catch you Wednesday, probably. I don't know. Adios. See.